YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy Booba and welcome back to another video on the channel. Hope you guys are having an incredible day. In today's video, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our very first World Tour SBC in FC26. It's none other than Reece James. Reece James is an 85 rated card. He has the controlled acceleration type, right footed with 3-star skill moves and 4-star weak foot. Now, in order to complete the SBC, man, there are 3 different requirements. It's an 83, an 84, and then also an 85 rated team, which for this stage of FC26 still might be a tad bit expensive. Like, the game technically isn't even out unless you did pre-order like the ultimate version. So I mean, to get fodder at this current stage is going to be a little bit more difficult, and you could be potentially getting yourself one of the best right backs in FC26. Now, he can only play the right back position, and looking at his in-game stats in a bit more detail, I mean, extremely well rounded. The lowest stat that he does have is 76 for his shooting, which for a right back, boys, is absolutely insane. I mean, the physical side to his game looks really nice apart from his stamina, and then the technical side is not too bad. With the 86 passing and 81 dribbling, if you do want to get him a little bit further forward, maybe like as an overlapping fullback, you most definitely can. Really good reactions and really good composure, especially this early on, so he should be a very responsive player. Really good passing as well. With the way that the card is set up and with how important pace is this year, I feel like the Shadow Chem style is going to be your best option just to get the most out of his pace and defending. With the Shadow Chem style, boys, he is going to have 87 for both his pace and defending, so a really nice upgrade right there. Now, with the new World Tour Reece James card, we don't see any playstyle plus, but he does have 5 different playstyles: whip, pass, jockey, quick step, relentless, and bruiser. The relentless playstyle really important, man, because he doesn't have the greatest of stamina. Bruiser is really nice, and then also quick step for the recovery speed. I feel like the anticipate playstyle or maybe like the intercept playstyle would have made the card maybe a little bit more desirable, but I mean, for this stage of the game, man, I feel like the playstyles that he does have are going to be really useful. And then with his player roles, man, I wish that he did have the fullback player role plus, but he does just have a fullback player role plus. He does have one player role plus as a false back, but I don't really see too many people using him as a false back, and then you can also use him as an inverted wing back. Now, like I said, boys, in order to complete the SBC, there are 3 different requirements, and it is going to cost you roughly 50,000 coins to complete. I mean, some really popular fullbacks currently in FC26, you do have Kunde going on the market for like 150,000 coins. There's also Hakimi, who's 300k. You have Kimmich, who's 40k. I mean, it's going to be really interesting to compare James with some of those players and actually see whether or not it's worth picking this card up. If you guys do enjoy these FC26 player reviews and you want to see more videos like this on the channel, definitely let me know by leaving a like. Turn on that notification bell so you guys never miss an upload, and then also consider subscribing to the channel if you are new. It would be greatly appreciated. This is the team we're going to be using in Division Rivals to test out the new Reece James card. We're going to be playing him at the right back position as a fullback in the 4-3-3 formation. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into game number 1 and let's see how good this card really is. Alright, boys, here we are jumping into game number 1 using the new World Tour Reece James card, and I must say, man, I feel like he's actually going to be a pretty popular SBC to go ahead and complete. Now, we are going to be using him as a fullback, but we're also going to kind of like pick and choose when to attack with him. I do want to try to get him a little bit further forward, just because the technical side to this game does actually look really nice. Now, he does have the quick step playstyle. That's decent sprint speed right there. And yeah, man, I feel like the hold-up play with this card is going to be insane. That's actually really good left stick dribbling. We did give the card the Shadow Chem style, so I mean, 87 pace and then also 87 defending, so defensively should be really, really good as well. A misplaced pass right there. You might try to play this through, boys. I am going to try to do as much manual defending as possible. Reece James, he might try to look for a cutback. I will say, boys, with the jockey playstyle, the manual defending does actually feel quite nice, even though he has a bit of a larger build. That's great AI defending right there, boys. Very good tackle. Now, very early on in the game, we can go ahead and spring into a counterattack. I'm going to try to overload the right-hand side. Reece James, nice. We did signal him to make that run. Great ball down the line. Cut back, Trussard. Oh, boys, it's a really good play. I feel like that extra body forward could actually be really effective early on. Now, we do have a corner in the 10th minute, man. I'm actually going to try to whip it in with Reece James. I'm actually going to try to whip it into Chiellini, boys. A little bit more power behind it. Chiellini. Ooh, you know what, man? It's a decent cross. The header should have been a little bit better, though. Now, I love the fact that he does have the quick step playstyle, man. That's going to be really important for, like, recovery speed. Like, right there, man. Gets back into position very quickly. Nice interception. Now, I do want to test out the long-range passing with the card, boys. I feel like long-range passes are actually really OP this year. We'll go for a cross diagonal. It's actually not too bad, boys. It's actually not too bad. If you can time that, I feel like that's going to be really good to go ahead and use. Reece James, again, I'm just going to try to anticipate what he's going to do. Very good manual defending right there. He might just try to run it. Reece James, yeah, that's great manual defending. Unlucky not to get the interception, though. It did kind of like just bounce off of him. Reece James again. We are trying to get him a little bit further forward. Through ball into Malin. Oh, he did move his goalkeeper, boys. But that through ball right there. I mean, like I said, passing-wise and like dribbling, actually a little bit surprising. Quick step, man. Quick step is huge, especially this early on. He is going to play it through. We're not going to catch up, are we? We're not going to catch up, man. It's a really good through ball right there. I feel like my manual defending could have been a little bit better, but I mean, it's a good counterattack. James, I might just try to apply a little bit of pressure. There we go. Could we maybe go for a cross diagonal right here? It is a little bit risky. You know what, man? You know what? We're not going to keep it in play, but that switch right there is actually really good in my opinion. I probably should have just tried to get Gittins a little bit further forward. I'm actually going to try that again, boys. We did signal Madsen to make that run. And now we go for a switch. Reece James. Yeah, that's going to be so OP, boys. That is going to be so OP. I know that we didn't get our shot off, but if you're struggling to break down your opponent, I would highly recommend you guys go ahead and use that. Reece James, bit of a loose touch. Good tackle right there. Has been pretty consistent in the tackle. Now, do we have time for one more attack? He's going to step with his fullback. Good close control. Great ball down the line as well. Daniel Malin all the way. Near post. Great finish, boys. Great finish, man. And again, Reece James, that passing. Kovacic, ping it. Nice. Reece James, great run. Touch. Go for a regular shot. We'll take a lucky rebound, boys. We'll take a lucky rebound. I should have known that he was going to move his goalkeeper, but in those more advanced positions, like, he's definitely capable of, like, creating a lot of chances, getting maybe, like, a couple of assists. So that's huge. Reece James, this guy does apply a lot of pressure, though. That's insane, boys. That's literally insane. For you guys that don't know, it's actually R, B, and X, or R1 and squared, depending on the console that you're on. That's a lovely team play, boys. That's going to have to be nerfed because I feel like that's a little bit too good. Great ball. James is making that run. We just got to time the through ball. There goes the space. Reece James. He's going to move his goalkeeper. Lovely finish to the near post, man. He can honestly do it all. Very, very surprising. You know what, man? Let's try it again. Bino Gittins on the run. Look at that. Look at that, boys. Wins the header as well. Again, man, Reece James's long-range passing is honestly a bit of a cheat code. It's a lovely switch again. All right, boys, straight into game number 2 we go, and so far, so good. We're not coming up against, like, the craziest of teams. It's kind of like a... Oh, he does have an icon card, though. Osimhen in there as well, 442. Now, as you guys know, in order to complete the SBC, it is going to cost roughly 50,000 coins, and I feel like if we compare Reece James with, like, all the right backs in the Premier League, he's probably the best one, man. It's between him and then also Frimpong. Now, defensively, I mean, I would personally go with Reece James. Maybe going forward, Frimpong could maybe be a little bit better because he does have that pace. But defensively, Reece James, man, just rock solid. But yeah, man, let's see him get off to a good start in game number 2. Reece James making that run. Rogers again, man. That's a great ball. Great through ball. Gonna try to go around the goalkeeper. Wrong thing to do, man. I should have just, like, either gone for the shot or sweat it. Now, for you guys that don't know, I feel like this goal kick tactic might actually be really good. You just want to call your team short. You signal one fullback to make a run. And then with your other fullback, you go for that cross diagonal. Yeah, man, it's an easy way to get high up the pitch, isn't it? You just need a taller fullback to win those headers. Bino Gittins, nice cutback. One more. Not going to get to it, man. Not going to get to it. Malin just had to cut in a little bit right there. Might look for a cutback. Might whip it in. Reece James again. Just going to try to intercept the play. Yeah, that's good, man. That's good manual defending. He is very easy to control, which is nice. Bino Gittins is also going to allow us to spring into a counterattack. Trossard. I think we just go for a regular shot. Yeah, boys, good counterattacking football right there. It all comes from a really nice interception. Reece James, carry it forward. Let's go over the top. Honestly, boys, that took me so much by surprise. I was not aiming for Gittins, but I guess we'll take it. Malin. Drop it back. One more. Tiki-taka football. Daniel Malin. Has to be a goal, man. Has to be a goal. That's unlucky. He's not going for that pass edge of the box. There it is. Reece James. Let's just carry it. Signal Gittins to make that run. And go for a little swerve pass. That's nice. Now, he could whip it in, boys. It is a little bit risky because Trossard's not the tallest. Should have just kept running right there. Kovacic through the middle. That's such a risky pass. I mean, we have so much space with Malin right there. Drop it back. Reece James, first time ball. We're going to go power shot, boys. He hasn't covered it. Reece James with the power shot. I mean, you're probably not going to be playing with him like that, but, I mean, it's worth a try. We did give him the space, man. We gave him the space right there. Maybe could have tracked him a little bit better in that play. But, I mean, that's also my fault. Kovacic does well, man. Does well. Malin. Great ball. First time pass. Trossard. Off of the post, boys. Off of the post. Again, man, that extra body forward. I mean, it's just very difficult to pick up. Gives your opponent something to think about. But sometimes you are a little bit exposed on counters. So you got to keep that in mind. All right, boys. Let's see if we can maybe try to clutch up right here. James just going to play it down the line. That's a great ball. Trossard, lovely first touch, man. Decent acceleration. I'm going to go near post, man. I'm going to go near post. That pass from Reece James to just to, like, play in between the lines was very, very good. I feel like our opponent's starting to push a few more bodies forward. James, great ball, man. Great ball into Trossard. Finish. It's what he does, man. It's what he does. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is us using the new World Tour Reece James card in a few games of division rivals. And I will say a very solid player in game. Out of all the right backs that are from the Premier League currently in FC 26, I think that it's safe to say that he's definitely the best one. It's between him and then also Jeremy Frimpong. And as you guys know, Frimpong is currently going on the market for like 30,000 coins. I mean, not the greatest of defensive and physical stats. So defensively, I would put Reece James at the #1 spot. Now, outside of the Premier League, you obviously have Joshua Kimmich, you have Kunde, you have Hakimi, but those players are like, apart from Kimmich, are like well over 100,000 coins. For me personally, at the right back position, he's a very balanced player. You know, you get the defensive cover, especially like with the defensive playstyle, and then also like the bruiser playstyle. And then if you do want to try to get him a little bit further forward, kind of like pick and choose when to attack with him, I feel like going forward, the technical side to his game was actually really solid as well. I would say the only real letdown for the card is obviously the fact that he doesn't have a playstyle plus, but it's still really early on in FC 26, and that his stamina could be a little bit better. Overall, boys, I'm going to go ahead and give the value of the SBC like a 7 out of 10 rating. I really enjoyed using him at the right back position. Now, as you guys know, in order to complete the SBC, it's an 83, an 84, and then also an 85 rated team. It is going to cost you roughly 40 to 50,000 coins, which I mean, at this stage of FC 26, unless you pre-ordered the game, I mean, it's going to be very difficult to complete. If you can maybe grind the game and you do have like your 2000 FC points to use in like the online draft, then I feel like if you play a couple drafts, it is going to be pretty easy to complete overall. But if you are just playing the game normally and you don't have tons of fodder, I mean, you do only have 1 week to complete the SBC. I feel like EA should have made it like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks to complete the SBC. So yeah, man, definitely going to be a little bit more difficult to complete for like the casual player. But if you do have the time, like I said, man, I feel like he's the best right back in the Prem at the moment. Defensively, rock solid. Going forward, very good as well. The only real letdown is the fact that it is a little bit more expensive. It is 3 different requirements, and it is quite difficult to complete for just like a casual player. But if you do have the fodder to complete the SBC and you do run a Premier League team and you can get him on full chemistry, definitely a top right back in the game at the moment, and I would definitely recommend him. But that is going to be the end of today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, let me know by leaving a like. Comment down below what player you guys would like to see next in another player review, and then also consider subscribing to the channel if you are new. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for clicking on today's video. I've been your boy Booba, and I'll catch you guys in another one very, very soon. Peace.